We got the Dallas Cowboys heading over to New York to take on the Giants. Dallas favored by 3.5. The over-under on this one is 46.5. Thoughts here?
Um, I think New York overachieved a little bit last year. That being said, depending on where you're at, we locked this in at 3.5. You can find it on MGM at 3 right now, which I guess I like a little bit better because you have the push option. But I'm going to take the Cowboys. Home opener. We're going to see how this looks. Everybody's kind of fresh. I think they can find a way to win this game by, probably 6. But again, I'm taking the under. It's week 1. We're working some things out. We know this Cowboys defense is pretty good. I want to see what New York can do in the passing game. We know Saquon is dynamic, but I think even with him being dynamic, he can get yours for a fantasy perspective, and the Cowboys can still control that game for the most part is kind of how I see it. So I'm taking Dallas, and I'm taking the under.
Yeah, I like that call. I'm gonna tail you right there. So I'm gonna take Dallas as well to cover. I'm gonna take the under as well. I do think that this is one of those that, I'm not gonna surprise me when we look up and we see this thing ending 24-21 type of deal, right? Like I think this will be a pretty close game, but I do think Dallas ends up walking away with this thing. One of the props that I really like, Tony Pollard over 18.5 receiving yards.
I'm glad you got that number where you have it because I'm looking at MGM right now. It's bumped all the way up to 20.5.
Whoo!
So, and 2 yards, but when you're cutting hairs, right, doing prop bets, 2 yards it's a difference. So I like that 18.5 a lot.
Yeah, sometimes that 2 yards is the difference between an inch and a mile almost. So
yes, absolutely. There's a couple different ones that I actually like in this game. I like Brandon Cooks over 44.5. I like receiving. I like Saquon Barkley over 21.5 receiving. After they got him more involved in the passing game last year. I like Michael Gallup under 32.5 for this week. So there are a couple different things that are fun and here to start the season with. So I gave you a couple here. Get some bonuses in.
Pick the one that I'm tracking here.
Oh, sorry. You're going to track the Brandon Cooks over 44.5.